But all right, Shane, the one I know you've been waiting for, number 1 Georgia on the road at Tennessee. The Bulldogs favored by 20.5 points. The over-under's 56. And this game, of course, is on CBS. It's the 3:30 Eastern, 2:30 Central kickoff. Last year, Georgia won 44-21. Who do you like in the matchup?
You know, Mike,
give it to me.
I fight myself all week long, man. You know, because you remember, I'm coming off this victory, right, with the Kentucky Wildcats. I'm on cloud 9. Nothing could go wrong, you know, and you look at the Georgia Bulldogs, and I guess there's different ways to slice an apple, you know. You're just looking at it, you're like, you know, I think we've got a shot here if we do this, if we do that. But, man, as much as I want to predict an upset, Mike, I just can't. You know, I just can't do it because, let's face it, the Georgia Bulldogs are freaking loaded. Top to bottom, they're like an all-Madden team right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's like you're going against, like, they literally handpicked across the country, each position, the best player, and they've got a backup for that guy. That's who Georgia Bulldogs are right now. The biggest controversy is the quarterback. Which stud is going to lead this national championship team? That's where the Georgia Bulldogs are right now. The only thing that we can hope is that they are overlooking us. The only thing that we can hope is the fact that they have been able to show up every Saturday and beat every team that they've played. Maybe that's what they think will happen when they face the Tennessee Volunteers. There's an advantage to being a Volunteer right now. The advantage is there's no offense like us. There's no offense that is putting plays after plays after plays as fast as we're doing and as effective as we're doing right now. It's unheard of, it's unseen, and you just can't practice it. You heard Nick Saban talk about it. He goes, you could show them a card. They got to line up, but by the time you do that, Tennessee really has already ran 2 plays. The problem is, Mike, is I have seen it a couple of times this year. Tennessee does not do well when they get pressure, and they do not do well when they can't run the ball.
Right.
And what is Georgia really, really good at? Those 2 things. That's my only fear, Mike. I think Tennessee is the first team to put multiple scores up on Georgia Bulldogs.
Ooh.
I just don't think it's going to be enough to make it a ball game. So I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to play coy with you, but I am going to predict the first upset of the point spread this week. Give me Georgia 31, Tennessee 20. Ooh. I think it's a 2-possession game. I think it is exciting. I think it's a fun one. I've heard rumors we're wearing black jerseys. I don't know if that last time we did that, we looked pretty damn good against South Carolina. You got to pull out the stops. We're going to have a loaded Neyland. We need a miracle, Mike. We need a uber confident Georgia Bulldogs coming in here thinking they're just going to steal this thing and a couple of breaks to go our way. But even that, the stars have got to be aligned for Tennessee to have a shot for an upset here, and I just don't see it because Georgia is that damn talented. So, Georgia, toughest ball game they played this year, but it's a good wake-up call before they get to the SEC championship.
Yeah, Georgia, I don't even know if you can call it struggling, but struggling against Missouri, that may have been Tennessee's worst nightmare. You know what? Because now you're not going to have Georgia kind of playing down to the level of its competition 2 weeks in a row, in my opinion. That could be critical. How about this stat, Shane? Georgia has never in their history gone 8-0 in SEC play. So that's on the line here. History could be made by the Bulldogs if they go into Neyland Stadium and get that win. Everyone points to the fact Georgia's got the best defense in the country, only allows 6 points per game, 6.6. Of course, Tennessee's scoring 38.2 per game, which is 3rd in the SEC. But here's the stat I think everybody's overlooking, Shane. Georgia's got number 2 scoring offense. They score more than Tennessee a game, 38.4, whereas Tennessee allows 28.2. That's 12th in the SEC. I keep hearing Georgia's defense is not seen an offense like Tennessee. Well, hell, I think it's much more appropriate to flip it the other way because Tennessee has not seen a defense like this. I mean, they're running over South Carolina, Missouri, Kentucky. Give me a break. This is a Georgia Bulldogs, Shane. This is maybe the best defense the SEC has ever seen. I don't like the fact, Shane, that you come out here and you got to have confidence going into the game. I get that, but maybe just keep it to yourself. We had Matthew Butler from the Vols saying, I came here to knock off number one. We had Javonte Payton talking up, hey, they ain't never seen an offense like this. Well, good luck with that, brother, because I have not heard a lick of that down there in Athens. They're biting their tongue. They're going to let it speak for themselves here on Saturday. 37-7, 30-point victory. Georgia stomps Tennessee. And it, again, this is not a Tennessee issue, but everything you just said is true. They're not going to be able to run on this team. They're not going to be able to pass protect. And that is just how you're going to score on them. I mean, the only way is you're going to need these big explosive plays. That's what you've been doing against Kentucky, Missouri, South Carolina, yet Georgia does not allow those. So, yeah, this is a nightmare matchup, I think, for Tennessee Vols. I think Georgia's going to get some extra juice from all the noise we're hearing on rock. Put on those black jerseys. Oh, they're coming out for a funeral, brother, because Georgia is the most elite team in the country, and they're just stomping everybody. I don't care who's in their way.
All right. That's enough, Mike. We get your point. All right. Yeah.
All right. One more.
That's why they play, Mike. That's why they play, you know? Gee, just crown them already. Just crown their ass.